Hey everybody! This is Captain Yeet here for you for another My Hero Academia Manga Chapter Reaction / Review. This is going to be My Hero Academia Manga Chapter 403 titled The End of an Era. So, let's get into it. Now, to fair warn you, obviously this is a reaction / review. Main part reaction. That's a good chunk of this. I did get spoiled, which really sucks, on the very first panel of this chapter because I just looked at it. And there's another panel that I got spoiled on, which really sucks. Because I would have been spazzing like crazy. I would have been spazzing based on what happens in this panel. Obviously, I'm not going to say right now. But everything in between, I don't know yet. But the very first panel, and then I guess whenever this other panel shows up, I got spoiled on that too. But we'll get to it when we get to it. I don't want to fake a reaction for the first panel whenever we get to that panel. I'll tell you when I get to it though. But the very first thing we see before we get to that panel is the Weekly Sonic Jump cover, and Deku's the main center point. It's only Deku up here. It's a really cool shot of Deku yelling, and he has his gloves on, obviously, his battle-torn outfit on in this war. He's screaming. You see like little glows in the little indents of his gloves. It's a really nice panel. If I can get a good picture of this, I'll probably put this in my thumbnail. And then we get a color spread of Deku again, standing right next to Armored All Might, and then right next to him it's Nana Simura. And then we get the official colors for Armored All Might because he's all black. I mean, that makes sense. His car was all black, and his car was his battle suit. But I just thought it would be like his colors for his actual suit. But no, it's black. It looks really cool, and it's a bit of yellow in certain spots too. It looks really nice. And then the very first panel is a flashback, and we see a little kid, All Might, reading a book with his mom. Yeah, I get spoiled on that. That sucks, but man, he looks so happy. I wonder where his mom at though. Oh wait, I forgot. He said a family. He said a villain killed his family. I just remembered that. That sucks. She looks nice. He looks sort of like All Might. She has the All Might hair, like his little things right here that come up when he's like really powerful and stuff. She has that, so that's kind of cute. And it's like really long. She has really long hair. She has a hair in a ponytail that goes all the way down to the floor, and her little All Might little things at the top goes down too, all the way to the floor. She has really long hair. But they're reading a book, and it says, "What are you born for? What are you going? Memories from All Might's past." Now that I think about it, it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. He's reading a book of his mom. He's really happy. Next panel, we see a forest with a sidewalk in there. This memory is too far. Oh wait, this memory is far too peaceful to be considered a proper organ. Next panel, All Might is standing on the sidewalk, but he's an adult now. We see these little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We see like these little sparks in the sidewalk. The one thing I've done the most is looking back to the path I took, because every single step looked so important. 403, the end of an era. And that's why, and we cut back to real time, All For One says, "Did you really think, I mean, shouldn't it still go on?" In the next panel, All For One is holding up, wait, no, he was always holding his leg. He was always holding All Might's leg. But he's like, you can like see him holding up All Might's leg in the panel. But he makes some spikes come out of his back, around his neck, because he made those spikes come up in his big, like, gigantic monster hand when he was fighting All Might before. But he makes them come out of his neck, and they're coming right through All Might's arm, piercing the gauntlet he was going to explode him with. But you still see, like, it glowing. And even if he did that, shouldn't it still explode, right? I would assume so. It should still explode, but I guess not. It just fizzed, and then now it's not going to explode. That kind of sucks. But it fizzes out, so it's not going to explode. And All For One says, "Did you really think I will let you die like a hero? You've finally used up all your tricks." And he licks his hand, and he did take Stain Square, Blood Curdle. All Might can't move. Wounded heroes. I thought he was going to, well, I guess he could still use it on Shigaraki, but I would think he'll use it on Shigaraki, but he still could. All Might can't move. And now All For One has All Might by the neck, just hanging in midair. He says, Wounded heroes are always the scariest. I know that very well. But now you can't move a single muscle. Yes, that's the face I wanted to see. When you're at your lowest point, and in this panel, All Might looks shook. He looks really shook. And we cut away. Next panel, we see Yue is still flying. His best friend Tixisi, I'm saying his name wrong, is looking at the recording. I guess the stream is still going. I don't know why. He will still be going right now. Bravo said to cut it by now, but he's looking really shook. There's something glowing in the distance. And La Brava yells, "Gentle." And Gentle says, "I know, Yue is floating again. I'm going to help." Oh, Gentle's coming in. Okay, I'm going to help him. And we see a huge spark of electricity go right through Yue at the base. At the very base, it just goes right through. And it seems like All for One did that, because we see some electricity coming from his eye. And all those students that were standing there recording, they're like starting to fall. Oh, Yue is falling again? Are you kidding me? Well, I guess that lightning did go through it, but it's falling again. Don't stop filming. Gento's grabbing onto Yue again. And All for One says, "Yue, absorb the energy so I missed the target. Well, no matter. Get crushed by your own good intention told Beta." Next panel. Oh, they're here. All the jets that helped out Stars and Stripes, they're coming in. Get ready to fire the lasers at once. But what if All Might gets hit? He is Star's idol. And Old Man's looking. Wow! All for One, in this panel, he just swipes his hand and like 4 or 3 of the jets get sliced in half. He took them out easily. The X-66 jets that fought Tomura alongside Star, Swipe took him out with ease. But she's long gone. The jets fall to the ground. Deku's still fighting Shigaraki. Shigaraki's still tied up. Deku's yelling. His friend, All Might's best friend, looks shook. We cut to a few civilians watching the live stream. The little boy from like 2 chapters ago, he's still praying. Girl is praying. One of them says, "Oh no, that's bad. All Might will die." "No, All Might, it's over." A few other people watching this too. "No, it can't be. This can't be true. All Might, he saved me ages ago." We see those 2 kids from when Todoroki and Bakugo were doing the extra training to get their license. More people are watching this. Uncle. Oh, man. I didn't even know who that was. Gran Torino's watching this. Marissa Sealed. Man, Horikoshi's been showing Marissa like crazy. Oh, I scrolled up. Horikoshi's been showing Marissa like crazy for the past couple of chapters. I'm glad. I mean, I really like Marissa. I didn't like canon. Yes, it's canon now. Uncle. And All for One starting to hold, like each panel we see him holding All Might's body higher and higher. So he's starting to hold his body up like this. I don't know what he's finna do, but he's starting to like hold him up like a baby. So I guess he's finna drop him or like do a bigger blast attack. I don't know. But everybody's shook. Tosanori will mark the end of an era. No! Deku's screaming. All Might can't move. He's holding him up in the sky. Someone. What's happening? Why does it say? Oh! That's the panel! My boy! Okay, I didn't see this panel. I saw it must be next panel. Bakugo's back up. I knew that. But it's still funny because I thought in the panel, I guess I get, because the panel hasn't showed up yet, Bakugo stood up. And it says, in this panel where he stands up, you see like a little like panel, you could barely see him. And it says chapter 403, like the chapter ended. I'm like, what? Deku's screaming, you see Yue in the background, like it's the last panel. Then it does a close-up shot. Bakugo standing up, his outfits are torn up. You see little sparks around him. He's finna use cluster. The end of an era. And Deku looks up. You see all those sparks on the ground from the flashback in the next panel. And Bakugo's holding Oh, that's sweet. Bakugo's holding the All Might card from when he got downed. And the next panel, you see All Might holding a little spark in his hand. And then in the distance, you see a little kid, Deku, and a little kid, Bakugo. Deku's holding his spark to his chest, and Bakugo just has his spark all out and about, like happy. And then they both show each other their All Might cards, the beginning. And Bakugo looks down, see Deku. You see, I guess that's gonna be a scar for Bakugo. He's still like right here. He's probably gonna have a scar, obviously on his chest, but right here under his eye, he's like a lot of blood. Like, yeah, this is gonna be a cool scar for Bakugo. The beginning, and Deku looks up, looks like he's crying his eyes out. Bakugo looks down at Deku. Their feelings become one. 403 end. Oh, where's the? Oh, okay. I thought I saw a panel of like a huge explosion, and it was on somebody's community thing. But I was on my home YouTube just scrolling, and it was like Bakugo's back, and I saw a huge explosion, so I swiped away really quickly. I'm like, oh, I got spoiled. Bakugo's back. Man, this sucks. But I guess it was probably this panel right here when you see UA in the foreground of Deku. It's probably that panel, and I just swiped so quick it looked like an explosion. So I thought Bakugo was gonna come in and do a huge explosion. It looked like he's gonna do that now, because you see the little sparks around him. So he's gonna use cluster. It's probably gonna be a scar in his chest and here. I'm so glad Bakugo's. I knew he wasn't dead. I'm like, Horikoshi did all that work to try to make Bakugo come back from his injury, just for him to be dead. That would be kind of dumb. I'm like, Bakugo's not dumb. While I was talking to my friends. Number two, me and my friends were talking. They were like, what if he has a new ability besides cluster? Because Egg-Shot went inside of his chest to stick him up. I was like, well, he's not gonna turn into like paper and stuff like Egg-Shot. My friends were like, yeah, it would be kind of cool if he can like shoot strings out and they can explode, or maybe his explosions can turn into strings or something like that. Something simple like that. But I don't know if that's how it's gonna work. I doubt it. It'd be a lot, but it would be kind of cool. But I doubt it.